Good morning, delegates and senators for Prince George's County. My name is Zoe Gao, and I am from District 27A. We are going to take this opportunity to share our personal experiences and stories of how attending this community college will help us to achieve our goals, and to ask for your support of the different bills that will prompt student success. Thank you.
Good morning, senators and delegates. My name is Nina Madden, resident of Legislative District 23B. I'm enrolled as a public relations major at Prince George's Community College, and I serve as editor-in-chief for the Owl newspaper. I'm originally from New York City, but I began my college career at Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina. As a full-time, out-of-state, on-campus resident of Shaw University, my cost for a single semester equated to about $12,500, and that's including books, fees, and any extracurricular expenses. I couldn't afford to pay for my education, and in turn, I had to withdraw entirely from the institution. I left there with an outstanding bill and an entire semester that wasn't accounted for. After that, I tried a year of living independently, working a full-time job at only $9.50 an hour, and trying to save any bit of change that I could. My end goal was to receive federal financial aid under my income instead of my mom's, but I couldn't make those ends meet in the end. Returning home was a significant shot at my ego, but PGCC offered me a second chance. I still don't receive federal aid, but as a full-time student at Prince George's Community College, tuition and fees are approximately 6 times less than that, what I had previously had to pay out of pocket. The affordability that PGCC offered allowed me an opportunity to pursue my college career further. The worry and stress that comes with the uncertainty of not being able to afford college are no longer a problem for me or for my mother. To maintain community colleges' affordability, Senate Bill 43 and/or Senate Bill 172 must be approved so that students will not have to make up for college's operating budget deficit. Thank you again for your time and consideration and your service to the people of Maryland, and more specifically, gorgeous Prince George's County.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Zihomana Meriba, and I live in the Legislative District of 24 in Maryland. I'm currently pursuing an associate's degree in general studies with a concentration in health science. As a student leader, I serve as the Ad Astra Per Aspera's Club Public Relations Officer at Prince George's Community College. I want to have a seamless transfer of credits to my desired university when I graduate from PGCC. Therefore, I am here to share how HB 460, the Transfer of Success Act, would benefit me personally. Coming from a large household of 5 siblings, 2 of which are in college, thinking about paying for my college tuition when I transfer is crucial. Thanks to the financial aid here at PGCC, I do not have to worry about paying for books and classes. However, when I transition into a 4-year institution, I cannot guarantee a full financial aid package for my tuition, fees, and textbooks. The HB 460 Transfer with Success Act will save time and money for thousands of students transferring from a community college to a public university. It will certainly ease my financial burdens. This process will allow my transfer successfully to my future university, so I will not have to repeat any required courses, which would enable me to complete my bachelor's degree while saving money. Next year, I will begin to start applying for transfer admission to continue my educational studies. And if this act is passed, the process of my credits getting transferred will be less stressful and time consuming for so many college students like myself. Thank you for your time and for meeting with us today. And I would like to extend a special thanks to my delegates, Eric Barron, Andrea Harrison, and Jazz Lewis.
Good morning, senators and delegates. My name is Batanya, and I am a resident of the 24th District. I am an international student majoring in health science, and I want to become a nurse practitioner one day. Since there is no stable education in my country, my family wanted me to pursue a good education in the US. I have to say that it is not always easy for my mom, who is financially supporting my sister and me. The higher tuition costs for international students like me and textbooks that can cost as high as $300 each semester, continues to be a financial burden. However, when it comes to my education, my parents are willing to sacrifice so that my sister and I can have a bright future to become financially stable. I am fortunate that my mom can pay my tuition without financial aid, though it would be beneficial. Suppose the college operating budget isn't funded based on the CADE formula or the requested amount. In that case, the school might have to increase the tuition and fees, which will not benefit many students, especially those that don't have scholarships. Many students will have to drop out of college or reduce their credit load because they don't have the means to pay. As you make the difficult decision to balance the budget submitted by the governor, please do not reduce the funding for community colleges. As always, thank you for your hard work, as it is much appreciated, and also a special thanks to my delegates, Eric Barron, Andrea Fletcher Harrison, and Jazz Lewis, and a thanks to my senator, Joanne Benson. Have an excellent day. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Naya Dick, and I live in the Legislative District 23B. Currently, I am a part of the Academy of Health Sciences dual enrollment program at Prince George's Community College, majoring in general studies. As a student leader, I serve in the SGA Senator on the college-wide forum. As a dual enrollment student, I look forward to transferring and continuing my education at a four-year institution in Maryland to pursue a major in pre-medicine and work to become an orthopedic surgeon. To achieve my goals, I will have to endure several years of rigorous education. I want my transition from PGCC to another institution to be seamless and for all my credits to transfer successfully over. I know that this has been done I'm sorry. I know this has not been the case for many community college students. I do not want to be burdened financially with student loan debt when I transfer, and I want to complete my bachelor's degree within 2 years. That is why the Transfer with Success Act passage is so necessary for community college students like me. Thank you for your time and continued support.
Good morning. My name is Samaya Davis, and I am a resident of Legislative District 26. My major is in visual communications, and I serve as a senator on PGCC's Student Governance Association. As a graphic design major, I attended most of my classes in Marlborough Hall. It is one of the largest and oldest buildings at Prince George's Community College. This outdated building was like a maze, and the ventilation was poor. I am glad that this building is closed for renovations and construction. We need to have an academic building with modern and updated classrooms, faculty offices, and suitable spaces for student engagement and study lounges. Funding $24.1 million from the state to continue construction and providing equipment for Marlborough Hall will allow the building to reopen on schedule. Thank you in advance for supporting this capital funding project, and a special thanks to my delegates, Veronica L. Turner, Criselda Valdemera, and Jay Walker, and to my Senator, O.B. Patterson. Thank you and have a great day.
Greetings. My name is Trinity Anthony, a resident of the 23B Legislative District, and I am currently a high school junior taking dual enrollment courses at Prince George's Community College with the intent of attending a university in Maryland. I'm from a working class family that is struggling to make ends meet. My dad works for UPS and my mom works as a FedEx worker. I have an older sibling who didn't have the same opportunities as me at my age when becoming a dual enrollment student. With that being said, I'm the first in my family to pursuing a college education. I've endured circular conversations of why and why not when I mentioned that I was interested in going to college. This had led my parents to eventually argue over finances, which led me to question my future. I am grateful for the financial resources that I received from the college as being a dual enrollment student. I know that many other students like my sister doesn't have great fortunes like these. But I can't help but wonder How many people are unaware of financial aid that will still think attending these colleges would be unbeneficial for them despite these free online resources? As someone who's first generation, who was not familiar with the college financial aid process, I believed I couldn't attend college or post-secondary career training. I didn't want to put the burden on my family, so I had completely disposed the idea of even going to college until I was exposed to FAFSA. High school students who are still unaware of FAFSA are still in that hopeless mindset that they can't afford college. Requiring FAFSA that serves as a gateway to all federal money, including loans, work study, and grants as a high school graduation requirement will increase the enrollment rate of students attending college when they are aware of financial resources available to them. That being said, senators and delegates, I call upon you to support the passage of bill number HB 0172 SB 0433, funding for community colleges based on the CADE formula that will allow my community college to be affordable and to provide quality programs and support services. In addition, your support of HB 96 to make FAFSA being a high school graduation requirement, ultimately benefiting undergraduates and students in dual enrollment. Thank you for your support of Prince George's Community College and for stopping by to meet with us today. And a special thank you to my state senator, Douglas Peters, and state delegates Marvin Holmes and Ronald Watson of Legislative District 23B. Have an amazing day.
Hello again, my name is Nidek. Before the coronavirus pandemic, I enjoyed gathering with my peers in the Largo Student Center for student organization meetings and campus events. On any given day, when you walk through the Student Center, you will see how overcrowded the student lounge and the dining hall are. Like Marble Hall, the ventilation is not adequate, and due to the frequent use by the college and off-campus community, this building needs a facelift and should be taken off the state's preferred capital funding list for a full year 2022. Thank you for your time and consideration, and also thank you for Senator Douglas J.J. Peters, Marvin E. Holmes, and Ronald O. Watson, serving Legislative District 23B.
Good morning, Prince George's County delegates and senators. My name is Victoria Ogunowo. I am a resident of District 47A and a full-time biology major at Prince George's Community College. I am here to advocate for community colleges funding based on the CADE formula, which is the House Bill 0172 and Senate Bill 0433. Community colleges are well known for affordability, but it is mostly those who attend community colleges themselves that realize that community colleges provide more than affordability. As you have heard from some of the students' personal stories, there are many opportunities for involvement and student support. Being immensely involved as a student leader and giving back to my community, I can testify to the support and empowerment I have gained from attending a community college. About 2 years ago, I was new to the United States of America and was not ready for university life. Although I needed somewhere close to home that would provide me the resources to succeed, affordability was the main thing that drew me to a community college. It felt like the best place to start, and I was not wrong. Suppose the state doesn't meet its mandated percentage for funding for community colleges' operating budgets, students will have to carry the financial burden, which means more expensive tuition and fees, maybe a reduction in support services, and fewer course sections. Especially during this pandemic, students are going through so much and fewer students are applying to community colleges. Enough funding will increase student engagement and graduation rates, reduce the college and students' financial burden, and create a more skilled workforce. For these reasons, I ask you to support the funding of community colleges based on the CADE formula, which is the House Bill 0172 and Senate Bill 0433. How do you feel about this? Can I count on you to support this bill? Thank you for your attentiveness and your continued assistance of Prince George's Community College. And a special thanks to my delegates, Delegate Deanna Fennell and Delegate Julian Ivy, for the wonderful service and support they give to Prince George's County residents.
Good morning, state officials. My name is Jarrell Johnson, and I currently reside in District 24. I'm a sociology major, and I serve as an SGA senator for the Campus-Wide Forum and as a member of the Campus-Wide Forum's Executive Council at Prince George's Community College. I want to tell you the story of a 34-year-old returning student whose primary obstacle at receiving an education was the affordability of returning to school. In fact, it was after taking on large amounts of debt in my first attempt at college that I realized that I would have to pay for my schooling with financial aid and out of pocket. When I explored the community college option, I realized my education could be affordable. The affordability of community colleges not only opens up the opportunity for progress for the citizens of Maryland, but serves to strengthen the state of Maryland economically. That is why I'm asking you to support House Bill 0172 and Senate Bill 043. The state of Maryland will be much better off for it. Keeping college affordable takes away the stress that many students face when planning for their education. Secondly, it assists in reducing the amount of debt Maryland citizens take on to fund their education. Lastly, keeping tuition low allows students to focus on their grades and to close the achievement gaps created by the distraction of financial hardships. With the utmost sincerity, I implore you to provide state funding based on the CADE formula to support the community college's operating budget and Maryland citizens by passing House Bill 0172 and Senate Bill 043. I want to say thank you, and a special thank you to my senator and my delegates, Senator Joanne Benson and delegates Eric Barron, Andrea Fletcher Harrison, and Jazz M. Lewis. Thank you.
James, we cannot hear you.
Sorry. Good morning, delegates and senators of Prince George's County. My name is James Reed. I live in Prince George's County Legislative District 27B, and I'm an engineering major in my last semester before graduating with my associate's degree. During this educational journey, I have been given the great privilege to serve Prince George's Community College's students as our Honor Society president and as the president of the Tau Pi chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. Prince George's Community College has been a springboard of opportunity for all of its students. The staff is fantastic. They want us to succeed, and they have often encouraged us to reach our highest aspirations. They pour their heart into their work, and for that, I am grateful. Growing up in a large family of 8, my parents did not have the funds to send me to a university. So while I was in high school, I enrolled in Prince George's Community College to start my degree in engineering. Through this decision, I've saved a ton of money, and I've adequately adjusted to the college environment. Like most students, I wanted to afford education and not have to pay more or get in debt for it. Over the past few semesters, I've had a ton of conversations with so many classmates who have expressed their frustration with their college credits not being accepted to their transferring institution. I've seen them work hard and diligently to make good grades in their class, only to discover that they have to retake some of those courses when they transfer. They must pay twice, if not more, at the transferring institution, and they waste their time. They lose the advantage of the community college's small class size, which allows them to understand better, and the professors with teaching them. When I transfer at the end of the semester, I would like to ensure that this problem does not happen to other community colleges students and also myself. This is why I call upon the Maryland House delegates to support the Transfer with Success Act, House Bill 460, sponsored by Delegate Jarrett Solomon. This bill will, quote, require the Maryland Higher Education Commission to establish certain procedures that require a public institution of higher education that denies the transfer or a credit or course to an enrolled student to report the denial to the students and the institution from which the student originates and submit to the commission a report each year listing the denials and the reasons for the denials and requiring the procedures to direct a certain institution to review a denial of the transfer of a credit or course. The passage of the Transfer with Success Act will provide closure to the students and their community and to their community college as to why the credits are rejected, so that adjustments can be made for seamless transfer in the future. Also, I hold the institution, also it will hold the institution accountable for maintaining consistency in the evaluation and transferability of credits. I hope that you would support this bill so it may become law. Thank you. And also I would like to thank my senator, Michael A. Jackson. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sydney Smith, and I am a resident of District 23B. This is my last semester at Prince George's Community College. I am present today to discuss the importance of House Bill 460, which is the seamless transfer of credits from a community college to a four-year institution in the state of Maryland. Okay, it is no secret that tuition has increased exponentially nationwide. This is why so many students have decided to attend community college or other two-year institutions to save money and prevent taking out thousands of dollars in student loans. Community college is an excellent pathway for those students to gain the necessary skills to enter the workforce or continue on to a four-year institution. Many studies have shown that there are thousands of transfer students each year in the United States, and that more than a third will transfer credits at least once in their lifetime. Transfer students often decide to complete general courses at their local community college, then transfer to a four-year institution to save thousands of dollars in tuition costs. Unfortunately, one of the biggest downsides of being a transfer student is that sometimes their hard-earned credits aren't always transferred seamlessly in the Maryland public four-year institutions. Spending thousands of dollars in tuition money and spending countless hours studying in a course to have to retake it in the future is not only time-consuming, but counterproductive and costly, especially for low-income students. This is an issue that I fear I may encounter when I transfer into a four-year institution this May. Unfortunately, my advisors have already warned me that I may not have all of my 60+ credits transferred seamlessly. And although Prince George's Community College has many partnerships and transfer agreements with some Maryland four-year institutions, it is not enough. So I'm asking you to favor House Bill 460, Transfer with Success Act. Thank you for all you have done in support for the residents of this great state of Maryland.
Again, my name is Nina Madden of Legislative District 23. I'd like to bring further attention to your consideration of the Maryland Community College Capital Construction Program's reauthorization for fiscal year 22, and specifically how Prince George's Community College would benefit from this. With the college operating remotely due to the pandemic, the students had to pivot to taking online classes. Compared to taking online classes, I prefer the face-to-face in-class experience, but that undoubtedly came with the challenges of taking courses in temporary converted, repurposed spaces due to Marlborough Hall's closure for demolition and construction. It's hard being an online student. The amount of discipline and focus it takes to sit hours in front of a computer screen is exhausting. Sometimes it feels like I'm in school not learning, but struggling to pass. My peers can agree that we took the luxury of attending classes on campus for granted when the option was available. The college needs to meet students' changing needs and provide facilities with updated classrooms, faculty offices, student-faculty meeting spaces, and places for students to engage with each other outside of the classroom. That is why I call upon you to approve the authorization of $24.1 million to continue the phase of Marlborough Hall. Also, we ask that you please consider the decision to defer capital funding to start the Largo Student Center's renovation, which has been renamed Dr. Charlene Mickens Duke Student Center and serves as the hub for student life. Again, we would like to thank you all for your time and consideration and your service to the people of Maryland. And I would like to give a special thanks to Senator Douglas J.J. Peters and Delegate Ron Watson and Marvin E. Holmes Jr. of District 23B.